So Higgins is through to play Ali Carter for a place in the semi-finals. That means we have just one more last 8 spot to fill. Will it be Neil Robertson, former world Masters and reigning UK champion, up against Michael Holt? Well, Robertson has been playing catch-up throughout this match. He's doing so again, Holt having won the 7th frame comfortably, but Robertson, as you can see, in the ascendancy in the 8th. And could this match be going all the way? Quite possibly. Too thick from Robertson. How significant might that prove to be? 47 in front, but still plenty there for Holt. This their 10th meeting. Robertson having won 7 of the previous 9, but Holt, of course, beating the Aussie 10-6 at the World Championship in the first round this year. As we've mentioned already, arguably in better form than his opponent coming into this match. Just looks a lot more composed at the table these days, Holt. He's managed to get a grip on his emotions when he's in the heat of battle. The talent has always been there, but he's certainly been a lot more consistent with his results of late, to the point where he's knocking on the door of breaking into the world's top 16 for the first time. He's currently 11th on the 1-year list, 22nd overall. Very nearly got the better of Stuart Bingham in the quarterfinals of the International Championship. Perhaps the nerves did get the better of him in the end there, although it was a very tension-filled final frame. Bingham missed plenty as well. Just fell over the line, the former world champ.
5.
But if he can win this frame, well, the pressure will really be on Robertson. Well, applause, but that could have worked out better.
11.
Doesn't look as though there's much on there without taking a big risk. Hence the shake of the head. Winner of this to play Bingham, so it could potentially be a rematch from Da Ching if Holt comes through.
Michael Holt, 11.
That's a cheeky one. He's put a red safe as well. I mean, this red might be on, but it's not easy. A little bit tight there. Oh. Well, I mean, Neil was entitled to think, well, I've played a decent safety there. But what a pot that was.
Fearless. Knew if he missed it, he was almost certainly losing the frame. But now, has given himself the chance to win the frame. There's one difficult red on the left side cushion.
Yeah, and just as well that Neil pushed it safe a few minutes ago.
7.
This guy's improving all the time, isn't he, Phil? You know, I mean, he's always had the talent, but it's the mental aspect now. And Terry Griffiths, I mentioned it on, is in Terry's corner, and he's got him in a good place.
Yes, he's been a professional now for more than 20 years, Michael Holt, and it's only in the last couple of years that he's started to show signs of fulfilling his potential, but better late than never. And there's no doubt that his match play mentality now is much, much better. That's why his results have become more consistent. Still searching for his first ever major title. Has won on the European Tour a couple of times, but he's knocking on the door now.
Yes, he was given the invite here this week on the one-year system. Disappointment, should say, of last week, of course, and losing to Stuart Bingham in the international 6-5 in the quarterfinals. So wasn't that long with popping the plane and get himself here, prepare for this one. Looking forward to this tournament.
This would be a huge frame for Holt to win.
Yeah, and he's got the perfect angle here to nudge that red off the cushion. He should play this here. Possibly land on the pink. Perfect. He's got the blue as well. Absolutely perfect. And the other thing is as well, Phil, now that now the other table is finished, there's no distractions. They can concentrate on what they're doing. I'm not saying there wasn't before, but sometimes the applause can put you off a little bit. What a chance this is to steal, to make it 5-3.
Pure pressure, that.
Michael Holt.
Wouldn't miss one of those in practice in a month. But this isn't practice. He knew the significance of that blue. It was virtually frame ball with the colours on their spots.
And there's just that little Achilles heel for Michael. Just time to time he throws one of those in, doesn't he? When you just think he's going to win the frame like that, he just misjudges the angle or whatever. Well, when Michael nudged that red off the cushion, Neil must have thought that was it. 5-3 behind.
It's a big let-off for Robertson for sure.
7.
For all, a much healthier scenario for him than 2 down with 3 to play, given that his form hasn't quite been there in the last few weeks in the way he'd like. But that was frame ball. So a sigh of relief from him. It's going to be level again.
14.
He'll be defending his Champion of Champions title next week. Of course,
19.
His UK title at the end of this month. Michael Holt will be desperately disappointed to have lost that frame in the way in which he did, missing a pretty straightforward blue, albeit under pressure. It's 4 apiece. So we're still waiting for Robertson to return. Excellent crowd in here today again in Guangzhou. Remember, this is a brand new invitational event with £200,000 up for grabs for the winner. 625,000 in total for the 5 days of competition. And next year, Mike, of course, it'll be a full-blown ranking event.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's no doubt, you know, the crowds have been in so far. It's fantastic support, it really is. And well, this, of course, this match has now become the best of 3. Michael just pacing it out a little bit here.
Well, Michael's going to wear a hole in the carpet if he continues like that. He's going round in circles.
Well, unless is he on a sponsored walk?
He is all action, is Michael. But he's ready now with Robertson having returned to the heat of battle. All to play for. Best of 3 frame match now.
Michael Holt for break.
And £15,000 riding on it. Guaranteed 30,000 for making the last 8. Now, can Neil Robertson find his very best form, which has proved elusive recently? But this is when he needs it most. The business end of a big match.
Well, obviously too thin there, catching the jaws, and this red, he could pop this one into the right corner and play a little cannon into the one in the black, but he might have seen something else. Well, what a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's the kind of error that Robertson has been making recently, which you wouldn't normally expect from him. Nearly a head-on collision there with his opponent. Lost 6-2 to Joe Perry at the International Championship. Was whitewashed, of course, by Ronnie O'Sullivan at the European Masters, which might have taken a bit of recovering from. Bit of a blow to the ego as much as anything else, to lose to Zip, to one of his biggest rivals. Can happen. Well, it's getting twitchy, isn't it, Mike? And
well, he's played that with a lot of side and just pushed it over. And you can see the annoyance.
yeah, he once broke his knuckle on the table in frustration at missing one. We thought those days were gone, but clearly angered by that miss.
That was after I played him the day before. He beat me, I think it was 5-3 or 5-4, and he did it in his next match. I thought, that's handy.
1.
Could have done it the day before.
I did ask him a couple of weeks later.
Yes, I think that was a culmination not only of that misread, but also the blue in the previous frame, when he might have been 5-3 up.
Well, we've talked about this calmness in Michael Holt, but last week in the International he did that as well, and he went a little bit back to type, if you know what I mean, and then just a little bit showing it there, you know. He can get hot under the collar, Michael. He needs to just keep that in, you know, well, what's the word, intact.
Pink spot not available, clearly, so Jin Wei Li making sure he gets the pink in a direct line with its spot as close as it can go to it
7.
from behind the bunch of reds.
8. Something. 14. 19.
That's another one that's slipped away unexpectedly.
Neil Robertson, 19.
He's just not on it at the moment here, Robbo. He's been struggling with his form over the last few weeks. He's been a little bit in and out, considering the start that he made to this season. Won the Riga Masters, a couple of semis, but just over the last month or so, he's not been as sharp as we expect him to be. He's played that well, Michael. He's got a good angle on the blue to get into the pack. Just needs to keep everything in check here, Michael, and just think about the way he's been playing the last few weeks. And he's been playing some good stuff. Oh, what about that one?
I've released a bit of frustration with that one. He could scarcely have hit the pack any better. He's been rewarded. Now what can he do with this chance?
Well, he looked at 2 or 3 options there, but chose to take that one. Nicely done. Just pop this pink, push into the black here, leave himself the red on the cushion. Pink goes back onto its own spot. But make sure he plays it hard enough so he bounces the black off the cushion. Might not actually hit the black here. I think he's got enough room to come around it, well, just past it. Yeah.
Thirteen. $14. $21. $22.
Well, he's thrown another one in.
Michael Holt, 22.
Punching into that red. He missed that blue in the last frame, which he should have made and should have led 5-3. Well, if Neil wins this frame from here, I'll be wondering what Michael's mindset will be.
$8. 9. $16. 17.
You can just flick off these 2 reds as well, open them up.
24.
Yeah, feels you've got to kick that. Well, he's got too much into the white. He's really gripped the cue ball there on the cloth. All he wanted to do was just miss the pink on the left-hand side.
Robertson continues to struggle. Tight to the cushion doesn't help matters for him. 27 in front. Went all out for the red. Still 59 remaining. So this frame remains in the balance. Good pot. Gives himself a chance to get right back into this frame. Stuart Bingham, who beat Liang Wenbo earlier, awaiting the winner in the last 8.
8.
All 4 quarterfinals to be played tomorrow. Then we go up to the best of 17 frames for the semis, just as we did in Daqing. The final over the best of 19.
Nine.
Holt worried about a wardrobe malfunction here, which is the last thing he needs right now.
I think he's got something up his sleeve.
Just missed the cannon.
It's so cold.
Oh,
16.
for a moment there, I thought his snooker cue had become a samurai sword. Just as well no one was in the vicinity. Points the difference then. Holt can't pop that red close to the right centre pocket.
Michael Holt, 16.
Still 43 on the table. Well, had that red just caught the black, it might well have gone in.
I think he's been lucky here as well, covered it with the blue, which won't help Michael's mindset at the moment.
Full ball snookered on the easy red. Has he left it?
Yep, I think he has. He's left both of them actually. I think with the one nearest the black though.
One good pot here, and Robertson could be looking at a 5-4 lead.
He might be canning into the black here. This could go wrong positionally wise.
What?
Not ideal, certainly.
Well, it's one of those, isn't it? He's got the angle to come around off 2 cushions here, but if he misses it, he leaves everything on. And he's only got a 12-point lead.
It's one of those where if it goes in, he's won the frame. If it misses it, every chance he'll lose the frame. Well, Robertson giving this a good deal of thought. Must be tempted by the black. It's not easy, of course, but would almost certainly be a frame winner if he got it.
He might be playing away safe here. Oh, well, he's decided to put the black safe. The element of safety. It's probably not one or the other, really.
Not sure it was worth the wait.
Got to be careful here. And he's got a 12-point lead, but needs to play one. Down to bounce out under the side cushion, cover from the blue. Well, he hasn't got the snooker, I don't think, but at least he's got the red safe. Well, it seems he has got the snooker then, because he's coming off the back cushion.
This match well into its 4th hour now. Robertson was involved in an epic at the International Championship, a match which was actually dragged off because it had gone on too long to be completed in its allotted time. That was against Anthony Hamilton. Robertson returned to win 6-4 from 4-3 down before losing quite handsomely to Joe Perry.
Yeah, in fact, he was on one of the match tables and they decided to put them on one of the outside tables just to make sure.
This isn't quite that epic, but could yet get that way.
It's 11 o'clock in the evening, just gone in Guangzhou. Could be burning the midnight oil, I should say. You never know. Especially if it goes all the way. Well, we could play here what we call a kicker. Just cushion first, push the red up the table. Just hold the white there. went for the pot. No, I think he has covered the potting angle. Oh, he's going to be in trouble here. Just push the red on in behind the black.
Well, Michael Holt won't be particularly happy with that. It should have been much more difficult for Robertson, this.
It's still a snooker, but I know what you mean, Phil. Well, it might work out okay, actually, now he's pushed it there.
Well, the shot from Robertson was an odd one because he was inviting danger, playing up to the red in the way he did without any pace. And now, he could be looking at a 5-4 deficit. 12 points, Holt's arrears, 35 left, and the red quite inviting.
Well, he took his time, but it went in. Can hold for the yellow here.
Four. Six. Nine. Thirteen.
Just got his nose in front then with that brown. Just needs the blue and the pink to lead 5-4. Yeah, I'll go with you, Phil, on that. When he played that escape out the snooker, Neil didn't play it for me, didn't play it hard enough, and then found himself in trouble.
A golden opportunity then for Holt to move to within a frame of a fine victory. Only needs the pink.
18.
Looking to avenge his loss in the final of the Riga Masters. Robertson winning 5-2.
Well, there's a little danger here, Phil, of Michael imploding a little bit, wasn't there? But this will make him feel a little bit better.
Yes, he had a great chance for 5-3 and showed a little bit of petulance. Frustrated that he didn't take it, but he's won this one and now leads 5-4. For Michael Holt, who is a frame away from knocking out the Australian.
From 10. Yeah, Robertson to break.
Is Robertson going to save his best till last? He just looks a bit below par right now. But as we know, with the great players, Mike, and Robertson is undoubtedly one of those, they can click into gear very quickly.
They can, but it's not a good break-off shot. You know, he's left this red on for Michael here, knock this into the lower, or come back for the blue. He could possibly play on the black here, but for me, I mean, sometimes I don't know whether Neil's not clear in his mind before he decides what he wants to do, like he used to. He's not being as decisive. He's just standing there a little bit longer, thinking about things, and he's an instinctive player, and that's why he's got himself to where he has. I don't know. decision for Michael here is whether to go for this red or not. Or well, if he goes for it, as to which colour he can play on. 5-4 up, go for it. It's as simple as that. £15,000. And he's gone to get on the black. Oh, hang on. It's gone too high. We know how quick these tables are.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. It is so difficult with the lightning conditions to judge those ones. It was a good red.
Knowing they was leaving everything else on if he'd have played it properly.
Yellow ball.
So just the safety.
Michael Holt 1.
Well, are we going to see a deciding frame then? That's up to the Aussie. This looks pretty good.
Great judgment of speed from Robertson to keep Holt under pressure. Good return.
So is this big bounce? It could be behind the yellow. Nearly, not quite. So it's difficult for Michael to play a safety hit. Again, this might just focus the mind and go for the pot. Well, he's all tied up with this safety. Great red. What about that second cannon as well, the black? Well, what a chance this is.
Very impressive pot from Holt. And what an opportunity he's given himself with that very favourable cannon.
Well, can he do the business here and finish the job?
Well, chances to win matches of this magnitude don't come much better than this one.
8.
He's earned it with that brilliant opening red. But making the most of it is another matter. This will be a test of Michael Holt's newfound mental strength under pressure.
Yeah, there was just signs in the last one though that he was just getting a little bit hot under the collar. Just needs to just calm it down a bit. Just keep things in check. And the next few moments could be worth £15,000 to him. And possibly beyond.
$16.
It would be one of the best wins of his career to go with his victory over Robertson at the Crucible earlier this year.
17.
Currently ranked at 22 in the world, looking to get into the top 16 for the first time. Of course, there are no ranking points available this week, but there are plenty coming up in the next few weeks. And a good run here would be just what the doctor ordered for Holt.
24.
Not to mention the swelling of the bank balance.
$25.
Just thinking a few days ahead as well, Phil. You know, that whoever wins this tournament, is it possible that there is a definite place for the champion and champions next week? And if it doesn't come out with the players that are already there, there's one spot left. I'm just thinking ahead as regards the tournament, and John Higgins as well. That's £100,000 to the winner. Could be a couple of very lucrative weeks. And
32.
Mark Selby banked 125 last week, guaranteed 30,000 this week. So we said it. Somebody gets on a bit of a run here.
He's overcooked that one just a little bit.
Yeah, the adrenaline's flowing. Next week is Coventry for the Champion and Champions, another major invitational. And then Northern Ireland and Belfast, the UK in York, and then Glasgow.
Well, this is one of those situations where if Michael Holt had these balls set up as they are on his practice table, he'd probably have already cleared them by now, but this is a different situation under extreme pressure against one of the best players in the world.
Well, he's just got to concentrate on the pot here. He'll probably get the cannon anyway to make sure the pot. Oh, well, it's not bad. He hasn't left anything easy.
33.
But that's an area where Holt needs to improve if he is to break into the 16 and become a winner of major tournaments. He needs to be a little bit stronger under extreme pressure. It's not easy out there, of course it isn't. But the very best players are capable of handling it. And that was a nervy one. And of course, it started with the poor positional shot when he got too much into the cue ball. And now it could be very expensive.
Just wondering whether he might go for that. Sometimes at these stages of matches, when Michael's missed that black off the spot there, then you wonder whether they get another chance to win the match, Phil. We've seen it before, haven't we? You know, this could go 5-all from here. Was that Michael's chance to get into the quarterfinals? Last chance. We shall see.
It was certainly a very good chance. But as we know, Robertson has not been firing on all cylinders, so there's plenty of pressure on this visit for him. He knows that one more mistake could be fatal to his chances.
16. $17.
Robertson asking Zheng Wei Li to give the cue ball a polish. Doesn't want to kick at this stage of the game. Pink going on the yellow spot. That's the only available one right now. But the black, of course, available for Robertson. He can do some serious damage at this visit. I think if Robertson does go on to win, it won't take a lot from the way he's played, but it'll be about getting over the winning line and looking to improve
31.
from there. If he does come through, you've got to think he'll have to play better against Stuart Bingham. But he's
32.
capable of turning it on, as we know.
$9. $40.
Certainly the favourite now, Robertson,
45.
to take us the distance.
Just like slightly awkward red on the right hand side.
$46.
Well, you can nudge it here. Cushion first, as long as you didn't hit this red too full, like a glancing
43.
blow, quarter ball, down for the blue perhaps. So I think he should try and nudge this into a better position. It's fair enough. As long as you've got the angle here to get in behind it, which I think he has. It'll stun up the table. Well, he's just checked the red to the yellow pocket.
He'll only need the red.
Oh, he hasn't got enough angle. That's why he's trying to get in behind the red.
This puts him 27 in front, 35 left. Oh dear, that's gone wrong.
Well, again, a shot choice. I still think he should have tried to nudge that other red, Phil, from the other red. You know, okay, you take a calculated risk, but full ball is on the black, a glancing blow is on the blue, and he left himself, you know, down to the final black.
27 in front, 35 on. This frame isn't over yet.
No, he's obviously still in a strong position, but
Michael Holt just pleased to be coming back to the table. He would have expected Robertson to clinch the frame there.
it's a tough one to take on, only needing the red. I doubt it. Well, he did.
It was risky because he knew if he missed it, there was a chance. He was leaving Holt the match, but the red has fallen relatively safe.
Yeah, well, twice across here with the red behind the black, put the white up the table. There's plenty to get in behind. Oh, why is he playing? Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Don't know why he played it with all that side, just up and down for me. A chance of getting behind blue and pink. It's still awkward.
Very nearly got the snooker behind the pink, thanks to the unintended catching of the left-hand centre pocket bumper.
Well, is that going in? Didn't play that.
That's not going to improve Michael Holt's mood. Fluking frame ball to set up a decider barring snookers. Robertson very fortunate. It was a poor safety. Well, would you believe that? He needs a snooker, Michael Holt, but Robertson should have made sure of the black. It's very nervy, isn't it? Very edgy stuff. 28 the difference, just 27 left, but the colours aren't badly placed for snookers.
差唔多講到搏三擊啦。
Important moments in this match for these two players, so the referee saying, well, just to try and keep order in the audience. Great crowds though, Phil, they're very enthusiastic, aren't they? Ooh, what about this one? He's got the snooker.
This frame not over yet, and there's nothing safe there, so Robertson could yet be in a bit of trouble here.
Yep, it could be end of frame and match. He should have made sure of that black. That might come back to haunt him.
He's got to hit this, he's got to leave it safe.
Good hit.
That was missable. Never easy to judge off one cushion where the angle is quite wide. Not far away.
No, he was able to use the black as a stopper there into the pocket, but he'd be a little bit disappointed that he hasn't got the snooker there. Things as well, if Neil gets opportunity to pot the yellow and green, just look where brown, blue and pink are.
Yes, this frame is well and truly still alive, despite the fact that Michael Holt needs a snooker. And it's because Robertson missed that elementary black off its spot, having fluked frame ball red.
Don't think there's enough room there to get the yellow off the black. I think it will double kiss. Not easy to get safe though. Well, he was looking for the snooker there. Hasn't got it, which means now Michael can play on the green and possibly pot the green as well and lay the snooker from the brown. Nicely done, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, just leave an angle on the brown to get in behind pink or blue.
One snooker required for Holt, remember, and all the colours for victory.
Well, Michael might be only a few minutes away from the last 8. Got to try and weld the cue ball behind the pink or the blue, probably the pink. Well, the match could be all about this next shot. Slid by it, and he's left the brown on. Well, again, I mean, he could pot the brown here, but then he's cutting down his odds for the snookers. But just look where the black is.
.23 now the difference, 22 remaining. Holt missing a golden opportunity just now to get the snooker he needed. Will he get another chance?
4.
Well, he's going to clip off the blue thin here and try and get the white behind the black. And if he gets this right, Neil Robertson will be in all sorts of trouble. Got to play a good one here, though. Nope, too wide. Let's call it too thick. That was another good chance. Well, he chose to go for the blue there, try and lay the snooker off the pink. It's not bad. Well, that cue ball is finished. Thrown this frame away. Just thrown this frame away.
Well, Michael Holt had a great chance after he potted a brilliant opening long red, got position on the black. But you could feel the tension in his cue arm from the commentary box, and having played a poor positional shot, he then missed the black off its spot. And having had another chance later down the line to lay the snooker he required to get back in this frame, he missed it. And that all means that we're going all the way. It's 5 apiece. So here we are back live. Neil Robertson has popped out again for a comfort break. Neither player really convincing at the moment, to be honest. Robertson's made plenty of mistakes. Holt has too. So it's anyone's guess, really. Yes, you'd say Robertson, because of his big match experience and the success he's had, would be the favourite, but he does seem to be struggling for confidence at the moment.
Final frame.
And the question for Michael Holt is, can he hold himself together if he gets the chance? He's already had a great one, which has passed him by. Lost in a final frame decider, which was very nervy against Stuart Bingham at the International Championship in the quarterfinals. What sort of final frame are we in for here?
Well, so often with these deciders, they tend to go two ways. One is clean, or we have a scrappy one with loads of chances. We saw that one yesterday with Marco Fu and Ding Junhui when it went down to the final black. They were missing it all over the place. Marco just fell over the line in the end, 6-3. If that had gone 5-4, it might have been totally different. It wasn't decider, of course. It was a match for 6-3, but it felt like a decider.
Well, on the evidence of this match so far, you'd say the odds favour the scrappy scenario rather than the clean kill. We shall see. Certainly a big prize on offer for whoever does get over the line. £30,000 for starters, twice as much as the loser will get, and the chance to play for a place in the semi-finals tomorrow against Stuart Bingham, who I'm sure is watching on somewhere with interest.
Well, that's a fine shot, but he's caught the knuckle. He needs that white to go on the cushion, and it's not quite there. And Neil's got a red here, and he can stun down for the black.
Could have been even worse if he'd caught the middle pocket bumper a little fuller, because cue ball would have been right back amongst the reds. This isn't a gimme for Robertson, particularly given the way he's struggled a bit this afternoon.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's got the angle to come down for the black. He might just play a safety. If that white had been another 2 or 3 inches off that cushion, he'd be playing the red, obviously. He's looking at playing safe off the one that's nearest the black. Yep, he's prepared to wait. Can't blame him for that.
Well, I think that was an attempt at the pot with safety in mind. Needless to say, the first part of the equation was some way off. Not too bad a result though, particularly given that Robertson is hampered by the green.
Nice little nudge on the knuckle there. Didn't intend playing it that thin. Now again, there's a little tempter here for Michael. He could try and knock this red in, stay on the blue, but he could be leaving one on. At this juncture, I'll just say wait. Just play a safety. Decided on the safety. Not great. You don't want to be hitting the baulk colours on the way back in any frame, especially a decider. Now this is Robbo's range here. He might be playing the one in the middle of the table.
Ordinarily it would be, certainly. Usually deadly from distance, Robertson, but as we've said already, a bit low on confidence at the moment, perhaps.
Yeah, he's playing, deciding the safety. Well, again, there's a little, well, there's 2 or 3 tempters here for Michael. Just depends how he feels. That's a loose one. He's left this red over the corner.
First blood then to the Melbourne left-hander in this decider, but not ideally on a colour.
Surprised he didn't try and get over for the black or the blue there. I think he had some angle. It's a decider. He's not quite on his game. If he was, I think he'd be taking the yellow on. But now he's thinking, well, he'd be thinking for putting these safe or making it awkward. Well, it seems I might be wrong. Is he going for this or just laying the white on the top cushion? Back cushion, I should say. Well,
Neil Robertson 1.
Cue ball tight to the baulk cushion, keeping Holt under pressure. Robertson more than happy to wait for a really good opportunity rather than take any risks. Michael Holt had an opportunity in the previous frame, which was at this level gilt-edged, but could only make 30 plus from it. Will he get a better one in this frame?
well, he has. And I think this red near the black will pass the blue. Got one to the middle anyway. Just depends on the angle on this red near the black. Missed it. Well, what a chance that was.
So much at stake here in this final frame, particularly for Michael Holt, who isn't used to playing for such high stakes. And Robertson, as we know, has won everything in the game that matters. Holt still waiting for his first major title. We'll settle for that with Robertson again hampered by the green for the Reds on the right hand side. This match the best part of 4 hours in length now.
Yeah, caught that well. I shouldn't think Michael will be tempted with this red on the right hand side. Not well, it's high risk. Caught it all wrong, and he's clipped the one on the way back. So this is the first real chance. Well, actually Neil missed that red to the right middle, but this is a good chance as well.
Probably wishes he had gone for the tough red now.
One.
Pink to the middle. Push that red away from the pink spot there. It's opened up the pink to both corners. It's okay, the blue is available, but the black's tied up. It's just not straightforward though. It's all about control of the cue ball here.
Eight. Twelve.
He's underhit that by some weight. I really can't see him taking anything on here. Well, it's 10 minutes away from midnight here in Guangzhou.
Neil Robertson, 13.
Robertson will be disappointed with just 13 from that opportunity.
Yeah, you can see the reason why he's put the cue ball there. He's just covered or blocked off the left hand side as we look. He's forcing Michael to play something on this right hand side. There was a chance to get back to the ball carrier, but he could have come through the gap of the two reds. Putting the white to the cushion. Well, that's fair enough. Well played. Good pace on the cue ball, keeping the pressure on. He's trying to force an error out of Michael. Well, both are, obviously. I think it's going to be one of those. It could be 2 or 3 twists in this final frame. Chose to attack, but at least he's got the cue ball down the other end of the table. He'll settle for that. Well, it's thin, it's pacey. Covered the one to the left, but there's one on to the right here. But it's one of those, if he takes this on, it's got to go in. He'll be leaving reds. He's had a quick look at the pink, which goes, so he can hold for the pink here. Well done.
Wow.
He's in. Now what can he do with it? You can see the determination on that face. Again, just got to keep it all in check.
Seven. 8. $14.
And again, this is all about cue ball control. Just try and keep it simple. Don't put pressure on yourself.
Well, we wonder whether Michael Holt would get as good a chance as he had in the previous frame to wrap up victory. This is a reasonably good one.
Yeah, it wasn't a great safety from Neil. Just caught the red too thin. Cue ball came down the table.
$21. $22.
Just slightly the wrong side of the pink here. Could have done with being high on it too. Stun down for the one near the black. I'm not sure if there's anything there goes to the right corner. Might come over for the left on red. Well, he's had a couple of looks at reds to this left corner. In fact, is he trying to get through the gap for the one near the black?
28.
Might be another one actually. Yes, there's that one there. But he's slightly hampered. He's going to touch far there, Phil, hasn't he? Because they both those reds go.
Yeah, this is not as easy as it looks on your screen right now. He's got it though.
29.
Well, I think pink rather than the black. Could have done with running through another couple of inches. Well, that's the floor camera angle. This is very missable under these conditions.
Certainly is. Has to be super accurate.
Well done. So far, so good.
Yeah, that was a pressure shot.
36.
Played it in such a way, of course, that he was covering the pocket if he missed it, but break goes on, 22 in front. Came so close to beating Stuart Bingham. at the International Championship in the quarter-finals. Can he erase that disappointment here?
That's okay. Okay, got a couple of cannons, but the blue was insurance, and he can just drop this in for the right-hand red. Well, it's been a long match this. It's been hard fought. It's not been of high quality on occasions, but
42.
it doesn't really matter at the moment. It's just a question of getting the win.
Forty-three.
.34 the lead.
48.
59 on. He's very close. Well, red, black, red. And then another colour to really seal it.
.49.
He's held himself well here, Phil.
He has, particularly given what happened in the previous frame when he was bang in, and he sensed as though the tension got to him a little bit, just as it did against Stuart Bingham in their very nervy final frame decider in Darching. Can he get over the line this time? Certainly looking that way now.
Yeah, it's just a red and a colour needed here. 42 the lead,
56.
43 on, and the blue to follow, which means he's just doing the maths. Red and blue will mean Neil needs 2 snookers, just in behind the red on the cushion. Pop that one in, it's all over. He'll be into the last 8 against Stuart Bingham.
.57.
He's gone the other way, gone low on the blue, which means he can stun over for the one on the side cushion. Just make sure the pot here, though.
Absolutely, because this is match ball.
Well, every credit. He stood up well here.
You could almost see Michael Holt exhaling there, a sigh of relief. He's nearly home. Snookers required. Robertson, you can be sure, will come back for them if Holt doesn't pot this red.
That's all he needs to do. Just drop it in, dead weight.
No heroics, in it goes. Well, Michael Holt has beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan 3 times this year. His results have become a lot more consistent with the work he's been doing on the mental side of things with Terry Griffiths. There's no question that his match play temperament has improved. It's still a work in progress to some degree, but this is a fine win over one of the world's best, who admittedly is struggling a bit at the moment. Neil Robertson is not at the top of his game, and he'll want to reflect on one or two things, I'm sure, with so much snooker coming up, including his defence of the Champion of Champions trophy next week back in the UK. But today it's all about Michael Holt. It's not been pretty, but he won't care a jot about that. He's through. He's also guaranteed a cheque of £30,000 and still has the chance to play for a potential 200,000 should he go all the way to the final. He'll be delighted, though, to have come through. He deserves the win. Neil Robertson well below par. Michael Holt has held his nerve at the last when it looked as though the chance might have gone. He is through to the quarterfinals. He completes the last 8 lineup here in Guangzhou. He'll play Stuart Bingham for a place in the semis.